today I just wanted to kind of talk about you don't know until you know. And what do I mean by that? Well, for example, when I was younger and I used to dream about when I would become a mom, of course you want to be the best mom and things go through your head, like how you want to raise your kids and what defines being polite and what doesn't. And one of the things that I would have done with my girls had I never had the experience differently is I would have raised both my girls, if they saw a disabled person out in public, to not stare. Because I don't know why. I just thought, the polite thing to do would be not stare. And fast forward many years, and my husband and I, we have Brittany, and the night she was born, we were at 3 different hospitals. It was very scary, and it was something we never expected. That night was the first night that, excuse me, my husband and I found ourselves praying together. We had never done that before, and we've done it every day since. So that's just a little tidbit about us. But after I had Brittany, I started to learn so much. I was like, both my husband and I, we were thrown into a foreign world. We didn't know anything about her disability, and so we were learning every day as we went along, and we're still learning every day as we go along. And when I took on this challenge, I wanted to make sure that when I share information, I'm trying to share stuff that might help someone out there. You never know when you're reaching out to people. You never know who you might be touching or helping. And so I just have to say that after having my kids and knowing what I know now, I've taught my kids, if they see a person who has a disability, walk up to them, hey, how's it going? It's a good day, just something nice, something sweet as you're passing by. How you doing? It's just kind of funny to think that had I never had a daughter with a disability, that I would have taught my kids not to stare. And I just can't believe I thought like that, but I thought it was the polite thing to do. Kind of piggybacking on my video from last night and reaching out to a person who with acts of kindness. When we wake up and we have great thoughts, we do great things. And so if we can extend that and go, hey, let's have good thoughts about other people, and maybe we need to reach out to someone with an act of kindness, or a family, a business, or a nonprofit organization. How could we change our communities by just reaching out with kindness, And so as I was thinking about that, I thought, you never know who you're impacting when you reach out. You just don't. And so it reminded me of a story, and that is when my kids were just little. There's a little preschool here where I live, and the director's name was Marcy at the time. And she asked me to come in every September and speak to the kids about, you are unique, you are special. And so I used to bring Brittany in with me every time I would speak, and we'd bring in all the coloring she had done, the projects she had done at school. We'd bring in her bicycle, her adapted bicycle that she would use. We would just bring in all kinds of stuff so that the kids could feel comfortable interacting with her. And it was really a lot of fun. And it was kind of just creating awareness and helping others feel comfortable interacting together. And so, I was doing it primarily, Marcy asked me to do it, but also because, I wanted people to be able to interact with my daughter. I didn't want them to feel uncomfortable. So that led from speaking at the preschools, and then I eventually started speaking at the elementary schools, and it just kept going on for years. And so one day, several years later, my husband and my 2 daughters and I went to a fundraiser up the hill where they were raising funds for young special needs children. And so when we went to this fundraiser, I remember standing there, and a woman walked up to me and she said, "Do you remember me?" Several years earlier, she was at the preschool that I used to speak at, and she had a video camera and was filming for the preschool. And when she walked up to me at this fundraiser, she had a baby carriage, and it was an old-fashioned carriage, and it had the little like umbrella looking thing that goes up over the top. And she said, you know, I have to thank you. She said, because I remember when you were speaking several years ago, she said, and it made such an impact on my life. And she goes, never in a million years did I think that I would have this little one right here who's disabled. And when I found that out the day that he was born, it helped me so much to reflect upon what you had taught me, what I had learned when you were speaking at the Christian preschool. And so with that being said, I just thought I'd share that story today, because when we all reach out in acts of kindness, you never know how it's going to be helping someone. And so I just encourage all of you today to reach out, whether it's a person, another family, doing something for your community. Let's do acts of kindness, and do hashtag it's time to change the story, hashtag unity, hashtag God bless America. Let's go big. Let's all contribute to these efforts. And at any rate, those are my thoughts for today. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Thanks.